So as promised, if you follow us on Instagram, you'll know that we're working on a Q&A session for this weekend. So it was just our anniversary there on Thursday, and so we just celebrated 8 years, which is really exciting. I know it's not a really long time compared to some folks, and I was reminded that but through a text message earlier this week as well, that I had a few years to go to catch up somebody, but we really want to be a help to you guys that are out there and you're in relationships, and yeah, we know that things don't always go the way that they're supposed to, and sometimes it takes time to work through the rough spots, and we hope that our little bit of experience will help you somewhere down the line, and maybe encourage you to give it another go in some cases, and strengthen those relationships that have been going very well. So we're going to jump right into the questions, I guess.
Sounds good.
So the first one that came in was, how did you know you were ready for marriage? So that was kind of an interesting one for me, because I was fairly young when we started dating, and 19 we got married, but I mean it was fairly young when we were dating, and it was kind of that point in my life where I either needed to decide that I was going to jump wholeheartedly into this relationship, or maybe move on to career and doing those sort of things. But I made a decision that I wanted to find the person to walk that journey with in my life, and so that's what I chose. So.
And yeah, personally, I didn't really think much about if I was ready or not. I just knew I had found the guy, and I guess I was ready to jump in that sense, but I didn't think about the fact of readiness, I guess.
Just gotta go.
Just gotta do it. When you know you found the right person.
That's right, yeah. Don't jump.
Yeah.
Somewhere you shouldn't go. Next question was, what makes you both complete? For me, that's kind of a simple, tough one to answer, because I got into a point before I'd kind of re-met Emmarie and asked her to be my girlfriend, I guess, at that time, that I'd gone through this period where I was looking for some guy time. You know, my family will remind me of that forever and ever, about how I kind of bragged about having this guy time and I wanted to be on my own and stuff like that. I didn't realize it at the time, but it had kind of meant to me that I'd found myself. I didn't need anybody, and I was good to be, on my own if that's the way it was going to be, that kind of thing. So, and I've found in other relationships as well that usually when you get to that point, that's when the person walks into your life. So
definitely. Yeah, we have both learned that we do not make each other complete. Like my happiness, I've had to learn how to take care of that myself, my happiness. He does not, what's the word?
I make you happy, but I don't make you complete.
You're not in charge of my happiness.
No, that's right.
That's what I mean.
That's right, yep.
And I am.
You gotta
so
be okay with you.
when you can grasp that, it's just extremely healthy for your relationship.
Yep, I agree. Somebody asked, who's the role model in your relationship? So, it sounds probably kind of cheesy, but we both grew up in good homes, and it's certainly our parents. For me, it's my parents, in the sense that they always had a good relationship. It wasn't always completely smooth waters, but I watched them work through things as a kid and stick it out, and see those rough patches and how they move through them really encourages you to do it yourself. And Emmarie's parents, even before we were in a relationship, I remember knowing them and watching their relationship, and just thought, that's the kind of relationship I want, and got to have those great examples, in my life all the way through. So
yeah, my parents definitely were my amazing example. They just blow me away. They're high school sweethearts, and just, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating, kind of fairy tale kind of couple.
Everybody's married to their dinner.
Yeah, that's what I thought growing up, right? But you learn, there's hard things that you have to go through, but I feel very blessed that my parents gave me that example and growing up, and I knew that marriage could be very good.
Somebody asked, you set goals together as a couple, and I'm kind of the goal mindset guy, so that to me is like an absolutely yes. Goals are really important in your own personal individual lives, and I hope that you're working on that for yourself. But when you get into a marriage and as a couple, I think it just exponentially goes up higher when you set goals together, because you got to remember the objective of setting a goal is not actually to achieve the goal. It's the growth in between being where I am now and the goal at the end, right? And that gap in between and all the growing that you do to get there, that's the important part. And so when you have these goals set as a couple, you take all of the things of where you are now and the goals of where you want to be, and then you grow all of that together, and you just bond in a way that I don't think you can in any other way. So yeah, absolutely, it's important, and we do. So
yeah, it's unifying. It'll just unite you. So we just strongly encourage you to do that as a couple. You'll be blown away.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your favorite thing to do together? Probably, hands down, traveling, I think. We spent the better part of the last 6 months working on our house together, and yeah, we've enjoyed that, but I don't know if it's our particularly favorite thing to do together. So we worked hard at that, but definitely going and seeing the world together is huge. So.
Yeah, I just love, my favorite thing about traveling is that it's quality time. Like at home, I mean, Ben and I always try to take a moment in the day and just connect and like, how was your day? But you know how it goes. Life is busy and not every day you can really connect. But when you're traveling, you do.
Mm-hmm. Lots of airport sitting too. You do that when you start flying.
And you experience new things together.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
Yeah. We ordered a burger off an iPad the last trip.
That was fun.
That was different. So.
That was fun.
Cool.
That's our memory.
Yes.
A burger.
Write that one on the calendar. What makes you feel most loved? So, in a relationship, that's going to be different for pretty much everybody, I guess. But for me, it's really feeling the support I have from Emmarie. Some days you think you've been on the right track and you're having some success, and then all of a sudden you fall backwards or whatever, and somebody tells you you're doing it wrong or whatever. But it's nice to come home and have somebody tell you that, yeah, they believe in you and they're supporting you and they want you to do the best that they can. So
for me, it's words of encouragement. I thrive on that. If anyone takes a moment and encourages me, it's just the best. So that's huge for me, and affection as well.
I'm not always great at that.
He's pretty good.
Does your partner make you a better person? Yes, absolutely. I grew up in a good home, and I had good parents, and they put some really good foundation and values into me. But I think when you get into the real world, all the things that you want to accomplish, that's great. But if you don't have somebody coming alongside you every day that believes in you, and like I said, supports you like Emmarie does for me, then a lot of times you can't achieve those things that you want to get to, right? So, and I absolutely have that, and I know Emmarie, the things that I have achieved are, huge respect to her helping me out, supporting me.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, big time.
Oh my goodness, I try and think back. Well, not think back, but I think about what my life would be like without Ben, and it actually kind of scares me because, I don't know, he's just made me so much better. And you push me in a loving way, he stretches me, and I feel like I just would have not accomplished nearly as much as I have without him, and I'm just forever grateful for that, and I hope he'll continue to do that for me.
Do you and your partner accept each other for who you are without trying to change one another? I would say so.
It's kind of a tricky one.
It's a tricky one, yeah. I think sometimes there's the old saying where men go into a relationship and they think that their wife is never going to change, and the women go into a relationship and they think that all they're going to do is change, right? So it's kind of a bit of a balancing act in that, because there's a difference between trying to make somebody change and trying to help them grow, right? The challenge is we usually end up with some communication barriers in relationships where people tend to go about saying something or communicating something in a way that's not really that effective, and you usually end up with a bunch of hard feelings from that. So
yeah, it can feel like you're being attacked in a way.
Yep.
You don't want that.
No, you don't want that. So I would think that I really feel like we work to support and grow one another, but I don't know if that's important necessarily that we're always changing, right? So
yeah, I think it's just about loving each other in a healthy way. And if your partner feels truly loved, hopefully they can see that if you see an issue in their life that maybe you're not particularly happy with, hopefully you can approach that in a healthy way and your partner feels loved.
Good communication. Yeah.
Good communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fix in marriage is if you get the communication thing figured out, it'll change your love. Read the 5 Love Languages.
That's a good book.
Huge book, yeah. Go and do that. So.
Yeah.
Question 9 here was, when disagreements arise, do you and your partner communicate respectively? Did I say that right tonight?
I think so.
Respectively? Respectfully? Is that right? Anyway. Okay. I think we do. We I wouldn't say that we've never fought, because we certainly have.
We certainly have.
But I think at the end of it, we're still always, throughout those fights, working to approach things in a way that's beneficial, and even if we're upset, we sometimes just walk away for a while and that kind of thing. And
I always think it's funny because sometimes I'll tell people that Ben and I have never yelled at each other, and they give me this look like, come on. But we really haven't.
Sometimes we think really well.
Yeah, but we don't yell at each other.
No, it's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it to me, and I am a more sensitive person. So if I had him yelling at me, it just would not be good. So God knew I needed a husband who wouldn't yell at me. But we have very intense conversations, I think is a good way to put it. And if things get too heated, we do sometimes need some space, and that's not to get away from each other, and not we're not going to just not fix it.
Yeah.
It's just we
need some thinking time.
Need some thinking time, and then we gather again and try and figure out what the issue is.
Yep. And I think somebody asked a question about faith and God and religion and that kind of thing in your relationship, and I think it's really important to have that stuff sorted out before you go into a relationship. You don't really want to be unequally yoked, but in our relationship, having God as the center and being the piece that brought us together, because we both would agree that he did, and keeping involved in it is a huge piece of growing together. I always think of relationships as kind of a triangle where you've got God at the top and you got the couple at the bottom, and you're all connected in one way or another, right? And when you're working together on it, bringing God into that picture strengthens it by a lot. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, well, those were all the questions.
That's all the questions. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully that's some help. I don't know if it's encouraging or not, but our relationship is really important to us, and I hope yours is important to you, because it's something that's worth a lot if you can stick through the rough patches and work on the things that are a little harder. And it's not perfect every day. I think we've had periods of times in our life when things weren't as good as we'd like them to be, but
we've had hard times.
We've stuck through it, and anything in life worth doing or having is going to take work. So hopefully that's helpful to you. We appreciate you guys, and we like the chance to get to talk to you. So
yeah, we just want you to know that healthy, happy relationships are possible. That's our biggest message here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyway, if this is helpful to you, hit that like button or whatever. I know it's social media and it's kind of cheesy, but it helps us figure out whether we're benefiting you or not. And share this with somebody that maybe needs some help or some encouragement. And we just want to try and work together to solve your relationship issues and build stronger relationships. So love you, and we'll see you around Instagram or Facebook or
most definitely
somewhere there. Okay.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Cello. So that's going to be the end of that shot right there. So.
It's okay. It's okay. can get us practice run out. It's okay.
So can be done.
Sounds good. Let's just stop it so we don't waste battery power.
That'd be good.
Do I put it in the back of my mouth?
Yeah, on the outside of your teeth.
What? I can't see it.
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
there.
Yep, right there. There you go.
In my cheek.
In your cheek.